Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. What's going on? What's going on in this transfer window? What's going on with the England manager? Potter wants it, but we're here to talk about transfers as well. Because whether you support Spurs, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Newcastle, what is going on with your transfer window? Look, as a Man United fan, we're doing bits. And we've been doing bits for a while. We're talking to players. We're getting players in. We're getting players out. We're normally the laughing stock. But what's going on with the Premier League transfer window? Get in the comments. Tell us if you're happy. Tell us if you're not, no matter who you support, because there's not a lot going on. Yeah, Villa have done a little bit, Onana, a few swap players, Everton, they had that little thing going on with Newcastle, didn't they? Newcastle have done a little bit, Lloyd Kelly, Spurs have done a little bit, Archie Gray, but Arsenal, Chelsea, little bit, Dewsbury Hall, but nothing major. And I tell you what, somebody said to me when the Euros was on, really missed your daily transfer shows, Mark, talking about all the latest transfer news. I thought, you know what? I'd have bloody struggled in June. I'd have had the month off. It would have been actually quite nice because there really isn't anything going on. Even Man City, Cancelo and Phillips are back at Man City. Their loans are over. So it's just really weird. And again, I think sometimes it's despairing in the world of football because everyone's got a mouthpiece in the mainstream, but they don't pick up on things. Like last year we had, what did we have as big themes that they weren't interested in? VAR was a joke, added on time, increase in injuries. Nah, don't talk about that. Let's just talk about Cole Palmer. And look, I want to talk about Cole Palmer, but there's bigger issues going on in relation to the footballing landscape. And this summer transfer window, bar Man United, is dead. It's absolutely dead. Even today, Arsenal fans, we're hearing that Arsenal don't want a striker. Ivan Toney should be one of the big transfers of the summer. There's talk that Brentford have got to knock 20 million off his price tag. They wanted 70. They're now operating around 50 because Man United and Arsenal and Chelsea have said we're not interested. And I don't know about Tottenham either. So West Ham, look, it's really interesting because Ivan Toney, say what you say about Ivan Toney, obviously he had the betting stuff. Some people talk about his attitude, but did well in the Euros when he came on. Proven Premier League goal scorer for Brentford. I mean, and nobody, and it's hard to get goal scorers. People would love Isaac from Newcastle or Watkins from Villa, but you can't get them because they're worth 100 million quid. So it's absolutely incredible that that we've got this transfer window that's not got going yet. And the interesting thing is, I don't know what Man City are going to do. I mean, look, Dani Olmo, is that what they're looking at? I don't know what Arsenal are going to do. Calafiori, but more, and Arsenal, just a moment. Arsenal, if you've got Arsenal fans, get in the chat. Man City fans, if we can find any, you are the best team in the league. You've got a great squad. You're going to win the title this year unless you get your fine or your relegation. So Man City never really need to add anything. It's always just an icing on the cake. But Arsenal, you're not Man City yet. You can't sit there with that squad and go, we were so close. You still need to add things to it. You're still, for me, another 2 or 3 top players away from really competing. And yet they're sat there going, we don't really need a striker. Well, you bloody do. I think you need another midfielder as well. If Declan Rice got injured, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do when they come for you? And so Arsenal, what's going on there? Are they now having to cut their cloth accordingly? Have they got no money? Is that what's going on? Is it the bite of FFP that's stopping people buying buying players? Because I tell you what, if FFP is so, restrictive now that we're going to have summer transfers windows like this, they need to change it because I'm a massive fan of transfers. I used to get in from school. There's a section in my book, actually. There we go. About transfers, and why I love transfers and, getting in from school, going on teletext, 312, looking at all the transfer gossip. We can't have that die because of FFP. Come on. Football's an entertainment sport. What's going on? What's going on? Chelsea, I expected a lot more from Chelsea. I mean, Dewsbury Hall might not even be a good signing. Obviously, they're looking to sell to buy. Maybe they're impacted by FFP. Liverpool fans were melting down about Yoro going to Manchester United. I sort of understand that, by the way. I said this on Twitter yesterday. With Lenny Yoro, Man United are paying 44 million quid, 150 grand a week. He's going to start for us. We haven't got many centre-backs. If Liverpool match that, where does he play? Because you've got Matip, Konate, Van Dijk, Kwanzaa, Gomez, I think they wanted Yoro because they like Yoro, but it wasn't a necessity for them. And you see Liverpool fans melting down about that. And I think they're melting down because they're not doing anything in the window when they've got a new manager. And that surprises me. Arne Slot is a new manager of Liverpool. Pre-season's been going for nearly a week and a half, 2 weeks. Where's the new players for Arne Slot? Is he a yes man? You know, has Klopp got, and I think Liverpool fans are getting worried about that. Klopp had power, Klopp goes, Slot comes in, Liverpool retract with the spending and sort of say, get on with what you've got, which is very harsh. It's very harsh on a new manager to have to just get on with Klopp players. He must be able to bring his own players in. Where are they? Why is that not happening yet? Spurs, really good season with Ange. A couple of young players coming in like Archie Gray, but I think they need more than that. I think they need a striker. I think Spurs do need a bit of steel in that team. Newcastle need to bounce back after last season. Yes, they had an injury crisis, but where is the kick on from that? And we thought Bruno Guimaraes was going to leave. Is he still going to go to Manchester City? Are we going to end up in a situation where many teams are struggling in August, dropping points because they're doing business late on in August? It's just a really weird transfer window at the moment. So, look, this is perfect for That's Football because United Stand, we're talking about transfers 3 or 4 times a day. There's loads going on. But, you know, when I get a second and look at the bigger picture of football, what's going on? It's just not a very good transfer window away from Manchester United. So get in the comments, let us know what's going on, because you might know more than us. What is going on with your club? Why do you think this is happening? Why is it such a big issue? Why is it such a boring transfer window? Because we can't have this. We can't have rules in place that make an entertainment sport boring in the transfer window. You know, this has always been, you know, a time for interest, and if they're killing it because clubs can't spend money, then they've gone too far. Also, just on the England manager, what's going on? Is it time to worry? Graham Potter saying he's had a good rest, he's ready to come back, he's learnt a lot. We've mentioned Eddie Howe and Newcastle, of course, before, but Graham Potter, England manager, second favourite at the moment. Does that worry you? We will be reacting to if and when England give the job to somebody, but look, what I don't want England to do is do what they did with Southgate, where they give somebody like Lee Carsley it as an interim and say, we're going to put him in as an interim, see how he goes, and then we'll bring someone else in next summer, maybe Pep. And then Lee Carsley does well, because I could qualify England for the fucking World Cup. It's a piece of piss. And then they go, we'll keep him. And it's a game by the FA. You know, we'll put him in because he's not very popular as an interim. Then when he's had a few results, we'll give it him permanently. And they played that game before with Southgate. We'll put him in as an interim while we're looking for someone else. Oh, he's done really well as an interim. So we've fallen for that trap before. If you want to give it to Carsley, give it to Carsley. Don't do this bullshit of, you know, playing with the fans where he's only an interim. Oh, now we're going to keep him. We want a permanent appointment. And look, I've always said Potter over Southgate, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Potter's better than Southgate. Is Potter the best available option at the moment? No. Eddie Howe is. So if we end up with Graham Potter, I'll be interested to see how it goes. He's definitely a tactical coach, which is something that we haven't had. He's definitely somebody on the training ground that's going to get them playing football, which we haven't had. And look, ultimately, I wouldn't be too disappointed with Graham Potter because Gareth Southgate took us to 2 Euros finals and bottled it because he can't play football. If you give Potter the same players and they get to the final, luckily or whatever, but then in the final you've got someone who knows how to play football, it might just be that edge. So, look, if it ends up being Potter, I'm not going to throw my toys out the pram. But, I still would prefer a Pochettino or an Eddie Howe. But if it is Potter, I'm not too bothered, as long as it's not Southgate. Get your comments in below. Let us know what's going on with this transfer window, by the way. I'm stunned. What's going on? Smash a like and subscribe. I'll speak to you on the next one. We need some transfer news. We do. We bloody do. Well, just get yourself over to the United Stand. Also, don't forget to pre-order the book. I've actually had a copy of it now. Brilliant section on transfers. Since I was a kid, I've always loved a good transfer. I'm just reading bits of it there. It's available for pre-order. Please do get your orders in out on August the 1st. So not too long now. Less than 2 weeks, in fact. Really exciting. Scan the QR code or go through the link in the description. Take care, everybody. I've just realised something. I'm an absolute idiot. Smash a like and subscribe, but that's how you scan the QR code. You put your camera phone up to it on the QR code and it will take you there. And don't forget, if you buy the book, click the Penguin link and enter the competition for an evening in the Goldbridge Arms. It's going to be epic. Speak to you in a bit. Take care.